Hey guys, it's Ukpa here. So today we have the triple equipment dungeon event, which you can see here with the triple drop rate. So what this means is most of you guys would be farming these equipment dungeons, and in particular you should only really be farming RUM amongst these three, and that's because of this speed set boost, which you can increase the drop rate of speed set by 3 times. So as always, let's take a look at stage 41 and above of the boss, and let's look at his skills. So his basic attack, Solid Rock, he does damage to a single target, and if this target is under stance broken status or does not have a stance value, grant this attack bonus 60% piercing rate. For his passive, RUM starts with a stance value, and at the end of each turn he gains 1 layer of powerful might, increasing his damage, very standard for bosses. And if RUM is under parry status, he is immune to all damage, so basically while he has a stance value. And when RUM enters his stance broken status, he loses his turn meter and his damage immunity is lost. So for every 1 layer of internal injury that you inflict on RUM, this will increase the stance value deduction suffered by 50%, for 4 turns up to 500%, which means you can max out at 10 layers of internal injury for this 500% effect. Next we have his skill 4, and let's see, so it reduces all enemy stance values by 250, and for every 1 enemy with stance broken status or without stance value, RUM gains 1 layer of Raising Sand and then deals damage to all enemies. So for each layer of Raising Sand owned, increases his damage dealt up to 20 layers, so 25 times 20. This damage can be increased by up to 500%. And when RUM has 15 or more layers of Raising Sand, which is what we just read, then this special force skill will kill all enemies. So let's take a look at the team's use, and I took a look at this slightly earlier, and honestly, most players are simply just opting to nuke the boss and kind of bypass the boss's internal injury mechanic. So you can see we have a team like this where there's no character at all which does internal injury damage, just nuking the boss with Marie. Similar instance here, nuking the boss with Irato. So this was stage 41, let's see what the meta team is at higher stages. So no one's been able to complete stage 50 yet, which is quite surprising. But you can see at stage 49, the team that's being used is seems to be generally pretty set in stone. It's kind of all of them are just using some form of Marie nuking team. Some players are using Irato as well. Some players are using certain alternatives like Esther over here, Beatrix as well. But the core team seems to be something like this. So Murungjing, Apsara, Nicolith, Marie, Irato, and Unicorn Pet. So let's just do a quick run. You can see that we are matching the team that they are using as well, and just see the boss's difficulty. So this is stage 41. I believe I've cleared until stage 45 already, so let's complete this stage 41 just to see the boss mechanics, and then after that let's do a run of the highest stage which I've not completed yet and see how that one goes. So I'll be back when we reach the boss. Alright guys, so we hit the boss really quickly, and I didn't even try and set up for this boss to make sure my skills were online for this boss itself, since we're at stage 41, and I'm quite confident that we can beat this. So anyway, what you'll notice is, like I mentioned, this boss has a stance bar over here, and he will be damage immune until this stance is broken, and the way you break it is basically just by hitting him as much as you can, but you will deal more damage to this stance bar if you inflict internal injury on him. But as we saw from the teams people are using, we don't really care about this effect, and we just kind of want to nuke him with our Marie. And if you want to follow the mechanics of the boss, which doesn't seem like the optimal strat actually, then what you would want to do is use characters with a stance bar like Murungjing. And I believe that what we just read from his mechanics is that if your characters with stance bars reach 0 stance, so this bar runs out, then he will gain certain stacks, and then if he reaches 15 stacks, then he will nuke you completely. So I'm talking about this Raising Sand buff over here. But anyway, based on what we've seen from the teams, the optimal strat is simply to just use characters like Marie to bypass the immunity. So let's just do so. So you can see the boss is immune to basically everything. I saw that he was taking damage over time damage from the poison we were inflicting, but you can see that he's basically immune to everything. But this isn't an issue because you can see Marie just bypasses this with her special 2 and special 4. So yeah, he takes poison damage and he takes damage record damage, and of course he takes damage from Marie. So in terms of how tanky the boss is, we can take a quick look, but the boss health is going down pretty fast, so 704 million damage is like nothing compared to the damage that our Marie can output. So yeah, this is a really straightforward fight, you can see. So before we end the fight, because this is going really fast, I want to see the bosses. Yeah, so this is the effect that we are looking for. So this icon over here represents, I believe, this catastrophe skill, and the reason why he's getting so many of these stacks. So you can see that if he gets 15 of this, or this is the raising sand skill, excuse me, not catastrophe, but anyway, the reason why he has so many, he already has 8 of these stacks, and if he gets 15, he'll kill us upon the next use of his special 4. The reason why he has so many already is because you can see that, where is it? Over here. For every one enemy under stance broken status or without stance value, he will gain 1 day of this raising sand buff. And you can see that we have 4 characters without a stance value at all, and which means he's used this special 4 skill twice, which is, so 4 plus 4 is 8, and that's why he has 8 stacks over here. So if you opt for this nuking team, or any team where you just want to bypass this mechanic and just deal damage and kill him as fast as you can, you're basically on a time bomb, you're a ticking time bomb, and you have to kill him before he reaches this max stacks and gets to use his special 4. And this shouldn't be an issue, so he's at 8 stacks, and we're doing pretty well, so the boss should die fairly soon. And like I mentioned, if you want to opt for the regular conventional way of killing the boss, which honestly doesn't even seem to be the best method based on the teams the higher end players are using, then you would want to run characters with stance bars and inflict lots of internal injury stacks on the boss. So now we're at stage 46, and I think the last time I attempted this stage was when these stage 41 to 50 dungeons first released. And since then, my builds have gotten slightly better, so let's go to the boss at stage 46 and we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, so we're back, and I actually decided to swap out Giselle for Irato over here. And that's because Irato just does a lot of damage which can bypass immunity as well, so it will help us get through the very high boss HP bar. And she kind of went crazy on the second wave, and she just killed the whole enemy team before I was able to properly set up. So you can see I don't have Nicholas' special 4 skill as well, but I do believe it should be okay because the cooldown was just 1 away, and we can use it this following turn. And I think, yeah, Irato will be very useful when it comes to dealing damage to the boss as well and bypassing the immunity. So we should be able to use Nicholas' special 4 this turn now, and this will help with our surviving over here. So once again, we are not hitting the minions because the minions will die eventually as we use our attacks, because some of our attacks are deal damage to all enemies. And unfortunately for Marie's special 4, the pursue and attack with her special 2, which is the brunt of the damage we want on the boss, will affect, I believe it's the enemy with the highest tenacity. So we can't really control who it hits. But anyway, the goal is just to kill the boss as fast as possible. You can see Irato's special 2 pursue and attacks deal damage to the boss. And right now the boss has 4 stacks of the buff, which is called Raising Sand, and when it gets to 15 and he uses this special 4 again, we'll die. So we are kind of on a timer here to kill the boss as fast as we can. So we got the minions, which is a good start. And yeah, Irato's damage is doing really well. So I think we have Nicholas' special 4 here, which is good. Reset our Shelter of Faith buff. So boss has 9 stacks now. And okay, 50% now. I think there's a chance we'll be able to beat it, we'll see. And if we are unable to, then the main thing holding us back is simply just that either our Marie build isn't strong enough and not dealing enough damage, or that, okay, 13 stacks now, or that our characters aren't fast enough, so maybe having a character speed up like Big Jack or something will help us as well. But anyway, this is just kind of a test to see how well we perform against this boss, and I mean, I've already showed you guys a successful fight in stage 41, so I'm not too worried whether we beat the boss at this stage or not. So we have about 2 turns left. And now we have 1 turn. I'm not sure whether the fight will end immediately the same turn he gets 15 stacks, or we'll have one more opportunity after that. So let's take a look. So let's shoot up here. And okay, so yeah, the same turn the boss reaches 15 stacks, it will also be the same turn the boss kills you. So yeah, I think the team is fine, just that our builds could be better, so Marie could be better. I only have like 1 star echo on her, which is a pretty big deal in terms of the damage. Grotto build is not that bad, but overall, I think my characters just need to be faster and built a bit better. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really concerned about beating this stage. I just wanted to show you guys the boss mechanics, and I've already showed you guys a successful fight in the early stages as well. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys next time.